These four have a long story. I started working on them a few years ago. These were some of the first sculptures I made entirely out of air-dry clay. It was supposed to be a simple project both in style and in concept, but the sculpting process went well. The painting was also successful. And then there was the stage with epoxy resin, and this stage did not go as planned for two of them. So sadly, the dragons were put in a closet and locked there for a couple of years. I got the very tool that could save the situation. It took me a while to get the hang of it and gain confidence that I wouldn't make it worse with my corrections. Then, I spent as much as 2 hours to correct that small mistake, which a couple of years ago seemed to me the final verdict for the sculptures. And here we are! These dragons are finally ready to show themselves.
Dragon of the fire element. Despite his belonging to the fire tribe, this dragon is very calm and balanced. He can create small sparks or huge fires, but he tries to create only the size of the flame that he can accurately control. He is still young and still learning how to control his powers. This creature lives in a sleeping volcano. There he is not afraid of hurting someone with his fiery bursts during training. This may sound unusual. The fire dragon loves to swim. But he can't swim in water because of his origin. Therefore, sometimes he allows himself to create a small lava lake and soak in it, imagining that he is swimming in real water. Dragon of the water element. Sometimes it seems that she can't move straight, always swift and agile, like a mountain river. She rarely remains still. Energy is seething in this dragon, sometimes bursting out in splashes of water from her front paws. But the dragon knows that such liveliness is not to everyone's taste. Moreover, it is not even safe. Her friend, the dragon of the fire element, loves to communicate with her very much, but he is always a little tense in her presence. After all, water getting on his body feels quite painful. So this cute and active water creature tries to keep herself in her wet paws. But if you love water and have the courage to tell her about it, well, you should stock up on a towel, or two, or better yet, 3. The dragon of the earth element. Like most of his kind, this guy is more powerful and rough than graceful. However, you can't call him clumsy either. He feels confident when surrounded by earth, sand, or rocks. Among boulders, he can move quite nimbly, like a snake. He is afraid of heights, but he loves mountains with all his heart. Therefore, as a compromise, he likes to explore plateaus. But even more than heights, he is afraid of small creatures, or rather, he is very afraid of harming them. The dragon is very, very strong, and he controls his strength well. But small creatures are too fragile and weak, so he is so cautious that he prefers to watch them from afar. Although sometimes, very rarely, the dragon allows himself to come closer and enjoy the sight of peacefully swimming koi fish. Dragon of the air element. Even since childhood, this girl was smaller than her relatives. She had complexes and was embarrassed about this. Always tried to straighten her front paws as much as possible and hold her head as high as possible. It seemed to her that this would make her seem bigger. It was time for young dragons to master the elements. And at that moment, her complexes turned into advantages. Small, light, one could even say airy. She was the very first to master the air, so much that she was able to fly. While her peers were just learning to direct the wind in the right direction, she was already directing the flows up, higher, higher, and even higher. Nothing compares to the feeling of freedom in flight.